Hey guys, welcome back. I am Wendy Jo, and today we are jumping into a new print-on-demand tutorial. I thought that it would be good to do a refresher, go a little bit more in depth into our processes, and share some of the companies that we work with print-on-demand. So basically, I'm going to try to do this in 1 or 2 videos, but we may end up breaking it into 3. It just kind of depends on how long this gets. So bear with me. Let's jump into this, and I will show you kind of what we've got going on. So the first thing I want you to know is what exactly is print on demand. And I actually get this question a lot. And so I just wanted to kind of define what it is. It's sometimes referred to as POD, which is just short for print on demand. But basically, it is an on-demand printing company that prints your designs for you, which means you have no inventory, you have no upfront cost, you have nothing. You don't have to do anything here. And it makes it a very great source of passive income. If you're running a t-shirt business and you have to make them all yourself, number one, it limits the amount of orders you can process as a human being. It becomes almost impossible if you get things that really take off for you to keep up with those orders. The second thing is the passive side of it, which is if I go, like last December, we went to Florida. We moved to Florida for a month because our daughter got married, and it was just going to be easier just to live there for a month and live our life down there. And so with print on demand, I have orders coming in during the month of December, and I don't have to touch them. The orders come in and they go directly to my printing company. They're designs that I have already created. And so all I have to do is just make sure that my order has gone to my printing company and that it's processed. So like each morning I just go in, I check the new orders, I check that they are all synced up correctly with my print on demand company. Now we use 2 or 3 different print on demand companies for different products. So the way that ours is set up, say we get an order for a pillow cover, right? Well, we don't do our pillow covers through the same company that we do our t-shirts through. So what we do with that is, it will go to our t-shirt company because it sees all of our orders come in, but it will ask us, do you want to sync this order up? And I'll just click no, ignore this. And then I will go to my other print on demand company and make sure that the pillow order goes through them. So it's like 95% passive. I mean, that sounds maybe a little complicated to somebody who's completely new to this, but trust me, like that's like a less than 5-minute process in the mornings of just going through, syncing things up and making sure it's all set. And you go in ahead of time to your print on demand company and you set it up with your business name, your business logo, your customized messages, your customized packaging, all of those types of things. So it is very hands-off. When it happens, when somebody gets an order from our shop, it gets processed, shipped, they receive tracking information all from Printful, which is one of our main print-on-demand companies. And then we also have customer receipts that come through our Equid store. So we don't have an Etsy shop anymore. For those of you who don't know that whole story, we were kicked off of Etsy after 17 years. That's for another video. But we have our own independent website that we do everything with. And so we use Equid. We love it. And I will link all of this stuff up in the description for you guys. But basically, we use that website. So like all of our communication as far as thank you for your order, that kind of stuff all comes from our Equid store, which is already set up. But then the tracking will come from Printful. And if we give them an email address for our customer whenever we put the order through, which we ask for an email when they check out, so they're going to get that email address, then they will send a generic tracking email to the customer to let them know, here's the tracking information, your order's on the way. And again, it's very generic. they don't know that it's coming from Printful. It comes from us. So I hope that makes sense. So anyway, it's very hands off, and it's how we were able to, continue making money while we were living in Florida away from home, because we're not making all of these orders. We have, and we still do, run businesses where we do make everything ourselves. We make custom wood signs, farmhouse signs that are handmade here in our house. So if we're going to be traveling, then we have to, shut those types of things down, or put a note on our website that says, hey, we're going to be out of the office for a month. So any orders placed after this date will not be shipped until here. And so, we enjoy the creative side of things. We enjoy making things. So we definitely still have some of that happening. But we definitely use a ton of print on demand just because of the ease of working with these printing companies. And it's really opened up entrepreneurship to so many more people who don't have the money to get started, because you're talking hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to get started printing your own t-shirts or printing your own mugs or whatever. I mean, definitely things have gotten less expensive as time has gone on, but like our printer that we use to print our wood signs. So used to, I would print all of our wood signs by hand. Like I would actually print on a laser printer in reverse, whatever the sign was going to be. And then I used a transfer medium and put it on the wood. We'd already painted the wood, mind you. That was all done by hand as well, cut, painted. Then we laid it out and I hand transferred every single letter onto the sign. And then we framed it, we sealed it, and we packaged it and shipped it out. Now we have a printer that if I was to have bought it from somebody like a manufacturer, it would have been minimum $10,000 just for that printer. This one cost me about $2,000 because I built it myself using an Epson P800 and a flatbed conversion kit, and that is how I print my wood signs. So it still cost $2,000. So not everybody has the money to get started. And again, it's the time. It's like the time freedom. So print on demand is amazing. And it started with t-shirts, and now you can literally do anything. You can do jewelry. You can do signs. You can do canvas wall art, poster prints. You can do mugs. You can do home decor. Like the sky is the limit. There are so many companies. So let's get into some of the different companies out there that you could utilize to do your print on demand. So Printful is one of my favorites. Now, we haven't used Printful a lot recently because we haven't been doing t-shirts. And we have pretty much used them for t-shirts, although I will show you their product catalog here. And it's free to sign up for these accounts. I will link up to all of them, again, in the description below. But this is Printful. And as you can see, they have men's clothing, women's clothing, kids and young youth clothing, hats, accessories, which if you go into accessories, you've got, bags and cases, fanny packs, drawstrings, phone cases, hair accessories. I mean, there's just, sky's the limit. So, I mean, what started as a t-shirt printing company has really turned into, you could do just about anything. Now, do I think you should sell every single thing that's out there? Probably not. I myself struggle sometimes because I want to do all of it. But we've kind of slowly divided everything out now to where we have different shops that focus on different things. So Davis Design Market is more of our home decor line and those types of things. Although it is still a market, so we do have some of our clothing line on there. But then we also opened up Ashby Athletic, which is where we're slowly migrating all of our clothing line to Ashby Athletic. And that's going to be all of our clothing line. And so you can do it whatever you want. But the drawback to having multiple stores is you've got to have multiple domain names, and you have to have multiple Equid accounts or Shopify accounts or whatever, or Etsy shops, if you want to keep them all separate. Yeah, you're just going to click Start Selling. And for me, obviously this takes me straight back to my dashboard because I already have an account. They're going to have suggested products. Again, like I said, I haven't done much on here with t-shirts this month because I haven't been focused on that. But this is where all of your order stats will show up. You have product templates here, which product templates is where when you create a t-shirt or a design, it's going to show up here. This is a design I did for a customer that was a custom order. And so, I did this in Procreate, and then I uploaded the file, and this was just a specific, one-time order for this particular mom. But that's where all of your templates will show up. So, it stores everything. And the great thing about that is you sync it up with your website or Etsy, and they all go hand in hand, and it automates the whole process. So when I get an order that comes in, it's going to show up here, and it will say, but it'll either say awaiting waiting for fulfillment, being fulfilled, or fulfilled. Those are the stats on that. And so your file library is where you create and upload all of your files, and it stores them here for you. So if I ever needed to go back in and make another one, like this one, it was very custom. It had the girl's picture and the eyeglasses, and it was very custom. But like this wrestling dad one, that could be for any wrestling dad. So, this particular person ordered it and wanted it on a white t-shirt, or gray t-shirt, but maybe somebody else wants it on a white sweatshirt. So I can go into my file library, and create a new product template and add it to it. And I'll show you how you do that. So if I create a new product template, I can choose, I'll just show you what I typically do, even though it's a guy's thing. Let's say we're going to do hoodies, and we're going to do a unisex premium hoodie. So typically when I do my hoodies, I actually use Gildan for my hoodies. And I don't know where they have gone. Maybe they've discontinued Gildan. Let's see. Bella and Canvas, which Bella and Canvas is my absolute favorite because they're just so soft. And so, here it is. Here's the, Gildan just has more colors, and that's the difference. And you can see the price, $22.95, $29.95. Yes, it's expensive, or more expensive, to use a print-on-demand company than it is to do it yourself. But you guys, you really have to look at time versus money. And if you're creating a unique product, you can price it high. Like, people are selling hoodies for $80, $100. Okay, so there is plenty of room. I do not sell my hoodies for that much. I try to profit $8 to $10 per shirt, because if I was to have to stock all of these shirts myself in all the colors and all the sizes that I needed, and buy the equipment to print them, which is not just printing, there's also pre-treatment, and then there's the pressing machine afterwards, and then there's the shipping materials. I mean, it adds up really quickly. And so if I can make, $8, $10 on a hoodie, I'm much happier to be able to produce 10 times as much or 100 times as much and have somebody else print it for me. So that's, again, another benefit. But so if I'm going to create a product template, I'm going to select, and then I'm going to choose which color that I'm going to go with. And we're going to go with sports gray. I'm going to uncheck the black. Now this is, you can offer it in all the colors you want to when you create a template. So let's say that I want to offer this in gray and white, and I'm trying to remember what colors are in that design. We'll do dark heather. So we can offer all of these different colors, right? And it will tell you down here the price range. And that price range is based on sizes. So like when you get up into, I don't think it's at 2X, but I think at 3X and up, the price goes up. It may be 2X as well. But basically, then you're going to go into the design process on here. So I will show you how you upload your file. So like I said before, this is one that I already created. And there's a grid here that is going to show you, and you can get it as big as you want as long as it stays inside of that grid, and it will automatically center it for you as long as what you created is centered on your file, which you need to make sure it is, because if this wrestling dad was off to the left side of this, if it wasn't centered, then if I centered the box, this isn't going to be centered. So you want to make sure that when you create your designs that you center them in your design, so that then when you upload them here, that they're going to be centered. So I do that, and then I can turn this off, and I can see what it's going to look like. Wrestling Dad. And now I can also click down here so I can see what it's going to look like on the light gray and on the white. So that all becomes, those are all your samples. And I don't typically use the mock-ups from here. I will go into mock-ups in the next video, but you do have the option of just using the mock-ups from on here. And so I'll show you. So if I was gonna do this, now I did a front design with this. You also have the option to add a back design. It's gonna cost you $5 extra to add the back design. So you're gonna have to adjust your price of your product accordingly. You can do an outside label, which would be just at that top back of the shirt. So let me just drop something here random. Let's see. I'll just drop this again just for the fun of it. Okay, so it's showing you where it's going to be, but whenever we get to the actual mock-up, then I'll show you what it looks like. But that's the outside. You also have the option of right sleeve print and left sleeve print. So you have all kinds of options. It's just going to cost you more. Every element you add, it's going to cost you that much more to produce the product. So you can see adding here on the sleeve, it is an additional $5.95, but you can create words that go all the way down the sleeve, which is pretty cool. It's pretty, there's a lot of flexibility with this. So basically you're going to do all of these things and then you're going to hit continue. You're going to name it whatever you want it. So we're just going to put sample hoodie, and then product colors are not showing right now for whatever reason. And then I can select all sizes. Now, if you don't want to offer the larger sizes because you don't want to mess with the price variations, then just uncheck. You can either offer them and put a markup on your website if you want to, or you can eat the difference in price if you don't want to charge people extra for the larger sizes. It's kind of up to you, or you can just choose not to do it. A lot of times I won't do it simply because the colors that are available are not available in these sizes. But if you're using the basic colors, the grays, the blacks, the whites, they're going to be available in all those sizes. And then you just hit save product template. And what that will do, I'm not going to save this because I don't want it saved in my product templates. But what will happen then is if you have that product template saved, then you can go back. When you get an order, you can choose to sync it up with a product that is already in your system. So you already have it created. You can sync it up if it hasn't synced already. So this is Printful. Let's go to my next favorite, which is Printed Mint. Yes, I want to leave the site. Okay, so this is Printed Mint. And there's 2 websites for Printed Mint, which they're in the process, I believe, of switching everything over from printedmint.com to printedmint.app. All right, so the advantage to printedmint.app is it's a smaller company and they produce things much quicker. Now, Printful is very fast. I will give them that. Some of the things they're like within days, it's done. But Printed Mint tends to be a day or two faster on things that are very custom. So like our pillow covers, I will do through Printed Mint because they are way faster. Printful's turnaround time, what they say is 7 to 14 days on a pillow cover. On here, it's 3 days and it's printed and shipped. And you can, I'm going to go in and show you custom packaging. So you can set up custom packaging through Printed Mint. And they have a free version and they have a paid version. So this is the free. So I can choose my shop display name that's going to show on my packaging. My website's going to show on my packaging. And then you have basic or deluxe packaging. So this is the basic. You can choose your crinkle paper. You can choose ribbon. You upload your image for a packing label, etc. If you want to do deluxe, then you have more colors, obviously. You can do eco-friendly, packing slip, personalize your packing slip with your logo, marketing cards. So you can upload an image and they will put your marketing cards in for you, which is amazing. And then the packing label. And the packing label literally just goes on the outside of your package. It's a sticker. And so, it's a 10% fee to do that. Didn't used to be. That's something that's new, but I mean, it's still not bad. The thing that used to be free that's not is the packing slip. Used to, the packing slip had your logo and stuff on it automatically. Now it's a fee for that. But anyway, so you have the option to customize everything through them. The difference with Printed Mint is they just don't have as many products. But Printed Mint is stepping up their game, so I'm kind of excited about them and the things that they have to offer, because you definitely are going to have more variety here, which means that it could be a good thing. So that's the second company. The third company that you can check out, not my favorite, I'm just going to be honest with you, is Printify. And with Printify, you can definitely get things for cheaper with some companies. However, you're working with different companies in here. So let me show you. Men's short sleeved tee. So when you order from Printify, you're going to choose which company that you're going to have fulfill your orders. And so like this is available with 3 different companies. You can see their ratings, 9.7, 9.5, 9.5. You can see the colors that they have available. You can see their price for shipping. So you can compare how many days it takes. So Printify is definitely a good option. You are just going to have to do some searching in here, because you're going to be working with different companies for different things. And so a lot of times with that, you don't get the consistency that you would working strictly with one company for one product type thing. So that's the difference. But Printify has a ton of things you can see in their catalog. They have the clothing, they have accessories, they have home and living, they have all the things. Now, these are just 3 of, I would say at least 50 print-on-demand companies out there. Some other ones that you can check out are Gelato. You can also work with companies that are all-inclusive, like Redbubble. Redbubble, and I have experimented with all of these for my TikTok channel just to be able to show people how it works. But with Redbubble, what you do is you upload, excuse me, goodness me. You upload a design and then you choose what products you're going to put it on. So let's find a cute design that somebody has done. I mean, they did a bullet journal, and then they have 4 available products with this same design on it. So they have their bullet journal that you can get, but you can also get a sticker, a glossy sticker, a transparent sticker, or a magnet with this same design on it. The thing I don't love about Redbubble is it's all inclusive, and you're gonna, people I think feel like, oh, I've got it listed on Redbubble, people are gonna buy it. Well, no, not necessarily. Not everybody goes to Redbubble to shop like they do to Etsy. And so you're gonna have to market your products on Redbubble just like you would if you had your own website. So my go-to for print on demand, again, is Printful, Printed Mint, and Printify. But like I said, there are a ton of other companies out there that you can use. But that's going to conclude this part of the series, which is basically just kind of dipping your toe into what print on demand is and on the companies that you can use. So next video, I'm going to go in, I'm going to show you how to actually design a product and how, I'm going to show you how to, how I design for a t-shirt or whatever I'm creating. I'm going to show you which tools I use, and then I'm going to also show you how I would upload that and create the product. And then I will also show you how I sync up my Equid store with my Printful shop and how all that works, because and with Printed Mint as well, because every Every store is slightly different in how they sync up. Some you do have to upload your orders yourself, which again doesn't take very long. You just have to know what you're doing with it. So we'll jump into that next time. So this was part one. I hope this has been helpful. Put any questions or comments below so that when I go in and create more videos that I can try to answer those questions for you. So you guys have a great one. Thanks for joining. Make sure you subscribe and follow me here for more tutorials.